Good morning, everyone. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. This morning, we would like to recognize employees for length of service awards from 5 up to 40 years of dedicated service to the government. We're going to call each group up. After each group is called, please remain on stage for a picture. Then the next group will be called until all groups have been presented awards and pictures have been taken. So first up are our employees who have 5 years of service. Okay. For 5 years, we have Maria Stevens. So just stay on stage and go over there and we'll take a picture. Okay.
He's trained.
Okay. May Chandler. Okay. She may not hear. Michael Edwards. Jonathan Griffin. Okay. Kenny McLaughlin. Stephen Rowell and Clayton Yuntz. That's it. And those are our 5 years. Okay. Next up are 10-year service employees. First is Rudy Andriata. Okay. Okay. He's okay. Ernest Burney. Alex Jackson, better known as Scooby-Doo. He's not. He's probably working. Vicky Moore. Ryan North.
Still broken.
Uh-oh. Lucy Pretty. Yeah. Jason Roth. Okay. Brad Steed. Robert Wayne, and he's counting wrenches right now. And Spela Montgomery. Next up, will be 15 years, and that's Donna Rowland.
All right.
You're the only one, 15. Yay. Yeah. Next up will be 20 years. Bob Britt. Okay. Maureen Cochran. Corcoran, sorry. Yeah. Greg Green. Ben Lloyd. Elizabeth McDevitt. Joe Padula. Okay. Janet Sims. Terry Stanton Jr., who is in Afghanistan. Yeah. Evelyn Villanueva. Got it. Jeff Williams. Oh, Williamson. Sorry. Yes, that was. I didn't practice yours enough. And I work with you every day. Skip for reading. Why we didn't catch that? All right. Next up is 25 years. Gary Anderton. Yeah, you're going too fast. I was thinking about it. Yeah.
Yes.
Carlos Gonzalez. Andrew Harrison. Jeff Jorgensen. Gail Mason. Sharon McBride. David Pittman. And Ben Webb. Next up will be 30 years. Okay. Don Cargile. Tony Cummins. Okay. Paul Graham. Wendell Gray. Vicki Johnston. Randy Jones. Yeah. Will McMahon. Ray Moxley. And Rick Olson.
Yeah, that's what I heard you talking. Thanks, Ray.
Next up is 35 years. Ray Castellane. Okay. Shirley Griffin. Okay. Clara Shorter. Don Yule. Okay. Okay. Those are 35 years. Okay. And last, we have 40 years. Kathy Fryer. Pat McCaffrey. Those are 40 years. And that concludes our Length of Service Awards. Thank you for coming. Yes?
Step up fast and be the first gonna make me throw this cash. We got money, don't be mad. Now stop. Hating is bad. One more shot for us. Another round. Please fill up my cup. Don't mess around. We just wanna see. Shake it out. Now you wanna be. Get up, get down, put your hands up to the sound. Get up, get down, put your hands up to the sound. Get up, get down, put your hands up to the sound. Put your hands up to the sound. Put your hands up to the sound. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get wanna make the world a better place. Take a look at yourself and make that change. Na 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 na. Ooh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Na 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 na. No, no. Gonna make a change. It's gonna feel real good. Some more change. Just live yourself. You know you got to stop it yourself. Yeah. Make that change today. You got to not break yourself, brother. Yeah. You know, make that change.
Welcome, everyone, to the second annual GSL Award Ceremony and our 12th Town Hall and birthday celebration. My name is Spiela Montgomery. You might be surprised to find that I'm actually a female and not a male, because all of my emails from people who don't know me address me as Mr. Spiela or Mr. Montgomery, or I get called Spiegel or Sheila, or sometimes Spatula. Or some of you might know me by my Honey Boo Boo nickname, which is Shoe Fly Pie Mamie. No, seriously, I'm a mathematician in the survivability engineering branch, and this is my third year to serve as the MC at the annual town hall. Okay, I would like to go back and recognize our VIP guests that are taking out time to be here today. Dr. John Cullinane, who's our ERDIC Deputy Director, thank you. Dr. Peggy Wright, Miss Alice Duke, and Miss Pat Sullivan, thank you. Also, we have the UROC in Mobile joining us via VTC, so they're also here today. Now, we would like to play a little message from our fearless lab director, Dr. David Pittman, sent all the way from Afghanistan, as well as our dedicated structural engineering branch chief, Terry Stanton, who is on his third deployment from Afghanistan.
Hey GSL, this is a shout out from Kabul, Afghanistan. Terry Stanton saying hello. I just got here last Sunday. I had a great opportunity to go by Bagram and check on the guys there, and they're doing great. Again, I hope you have a great celebration, and I'll see you in a couple of months.
Happy birthday, GSL. Greetings from Afghanistan. I'm very proud to serve with you and for you over here in Afghanistan, and seeing the kind of things that you're doing over in Vicksburg, Mississippi, put here on the ground today. Thank you for everything you're doing. You're discovering new ways to make the world safer and better, and I'm seeing it right here on the ground in Afghanistan. So it's good to see things on this side of the pond. Happy birthday to you. Hope you guys have a great day. I miss you very much. Wish I was sharing a hamburger with you. But have a good birthday. See you in January. Over and out.
Okay. I would now like to introduce to you Dr. John Cullinane, Jr., who became the Deputy Director of the U.S. Army Engineer Research and Development Center. Okay.
Can you hear me without the microphone, or what else? My voice carries quite a bit, so if you can hear me, I'll dispense with that unless we're recording.
Okay.
So I'm just glad to be here representing Dr. Holland. They need the microphone. Okay, I'm here to represent Dr. Jeff Holland and welcome you to what, a birthday celebration, I guess, for GSL, and actually congratulate you on another year where I think we've made fantastic accomplishments. It's been somewhat of a tumultuous year, actually, with what weeks or 10 days or whatever it was shutting down contracting, learning that perhaps over the years we've become a little lax in the way we approach things, and in some ways understanding that we have to follow the rules also, which I've been here a long time. I guess all of the labs, and in particular Wes and those people that were Wesites, I think we developed bad habits at an early age. to get the mission done. But we still are tasked with getting the mission done. We just have to add some discipline into the entire process. So I think we're fully capable of doing it. Certainly GSL has a long history of fulfilling mission requirements. I guess your reach would make you the second oldest lab here. So I am highly confident that we'll be able to do that. As far as I meant to mention the bios and Colonel Wilson's bio, I heard a story. It's a Howard Baker story for old people. Howard Baker was a longtime senator from Tennessee, and the story was that he was at some luncheon or meeting, and his elderly mother happened to be with him, and they gave him this glowing introduction of how great he was, great senator, yada, 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 for Seinfeld fans. And so, but after the meeting, his elderly mother came up to him and she made a statement. She said, "Son, I just want you to remember that the size of your funeral is largely determined by the weather." So anyway, so much for glowing introductions. Okay, and I was also going to introduce myself. I'm the guy that's single-handedly stopping you from attending a non-DOD conference. Okay? So believe it or not, for about the past week, about 90% of my time has been working on the conference issue. And I will say that much to our chagrin anyway, I'm not optimistic as to how this is going to go, at least between now and the end of the year. This has the attention of the Deputy Secretary of Defense and the Secretary of the Army. So this is not something we want to play around with, and I'll get your support as PIs, because I know you're the people that are primarily impacted. In the old days, it was very difficult to see what we were doing. In modern times, with financial databases and everything, there are so many ways to check up on you without even your knowledge, actually. So that this is something we don't want to play with. I understand a lot of people feel that this is really critical to performing the research and development mission, and that might be true. But conference attendance, as you know from what happened to GSA and others, it's really a high-profile issue. So we're going to have to play the game correctly. So I didn't mean to leave you on a down note. Again, I'm here to just welcome you and thank you on behalf of the ERDIC for all that you do. Reiterate Dr. Pittman's comments that you know, you're vital to the warfighter. You've produced some fantastic technologies, and I'm sure that in the future we expect the same, and I'm sure GSL is fully capable of meeting mission requirements. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Cullinane.
Did I do that?
I don't know.
I think Shelley did that. Whoa, we got standing room only. Thank you. Thank everybody for being here. I would say everybody here is a distinguished guest, although this is really our house, so I'm glad to see everybody here. 12 years of doing town halls, and they just keep getting better. You see the little triangle up there with Discover, Develop, Deliver? I think last year we touched base on that concept of Discover, Develop, Deliver. And that's really, in a nutshell, what GSL does. That's what we do best. We discover new things, we develop them, and we deliver them to our customer. And it's really appropriate that that's in a triangle, which is a delta, which is, you know, the universal symbol for change, because we make change happen. And we have to, it's kind of funny because we're humans, so we tend to resist change, as as the Colonel mentioned and Dr. Cullinan mentioned, all these things coming and all these changes, and it's like, man, what are they doing to us? They're trying to kill us here. But they're really not trying to kill us here. I remember, I've been here for a little while too, not quite as long as Dr. Cullinan, but I've been here for a little while, and I remember when CFMS first came on board, and everybody said, you know what, it's going to shut us down. We're not going to be an organization anymore. In about a year, we're going to be out of business. Well, we got through it, and we'll be able to get through these things. And I also appreciate everybody who's bought a ticket, and I got my ticket, to the lunch. You know, that was a change we had to institute. A lot of that has to do with some of the things going on. You know, unfortunately, David said he would like to be here sharing a burger with us, but the reality is he probably would have forgot to buy a ticket, and he wouldn't be able to. And hopefully this year, because of our new process, the Colonel won't have to eat a wish sandwich where he wished he had some meat on it. But that did happen last year. No, that's okay. That's okay, because we've changed. We've done some changing. Here's what we'll talk about a little bit today. You know, this isn't in any particular rank order, except we do have people at the top. I have change at the bottom. That used to be HPO, but I think change is a more appropriate thing. But, you know, people is our number one thing, and so that's why that's at the top. And we'll start off with some recognition of our folks. And that's one thing I think GSL does very well. We recognize folks for the great work we do. These are our GSL internal awards, and the first one we have up is journal articles.
This award celebrates the organization within GSL with the most accepted journal articles.
And the winner of that one is Airfields and Pavements Branch.
Accepting for Airfields and Pavements is Dr. Jesse Doyle, who in his very first year as an ERDIC GSL researcher published 4 journal articles and submitted another 3. Very impressive. Congratulations.
The next award we have up is publications.
This award celebrates the organization with the most non-journal article accepted publications.
And the winner is the Concrete and Materials Branch.
Robert Moser and Paul Allison are accepting for CMB.
That's because Chris couldn't move his neck, so we need to. Paul, thanks.
Thank you.
Robert, thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Great. The next award we have up is Excellence in ERDIC Partnership.
This award honors the organization within GSL that has built partnerships with other branches and sister labs.
And the winner is the Impact and Explosion Effects Branch.
And Ray Moxley is accepting. Hey! Ta-da!
Are you going to go?
Wipe your hand on my shirt if you want.
All right. The next award we have is Excellence in Administrative Support.
This award goes to the individual demonstrating excellence in administrative support.
Oh, that's good. And that's Jan Little. Jan. You weren't as graceful as Ray. Thank you, Jan. All right. And next we have Excellence in Technical Support, which I think we know what that's for.
You sure you don't want me to read it?
Well, you can if you need to.
This award is for excellence in technical support.
All right. And that would be Pat McCaffrey. All right, Patrick. I thought you could jump up there. Thanks, Pat. Do what? Oh. And our Final award is the much coveted Casa Grande Cup, which this thing's heavier than you think it would be. The Building of Cultural Excellence Award, and it goes to... Oh, I can't push the button too and hold it.
Do you want me to announce that? Ah.
The Survivability Engineering Branch.
All right. Accepting this award is James Davis, a.k.a. a.k.a. Jinxie Diva.
That's his Honey Boo Boo name.
That's his Honey Boo Boo name.
I'm sure JD didn't know why I told him he should wear his red lipstick this morning, but...
Goes right along with Jinxie Diva.
Next up, I think we have our achievement medals to hand out.
The Department of the Army Achievement Medal for Civilian Service is awarded for noteworthy achievements. It was approved by the Army Chief of Staff in 1987 and is the 5th highest award in the Department of the Army Honorary Awards. Now, I'll introduce to you Mr. Devin Sham of the Survivability Engineering Branch and Ms. Vicki Moore with the Technical Director's Office, who will both be announcing the GSL Army Achievement Medal Award recipients. Please hold your applause until all names have been announced by both. Welcome, Mr. Sham and Ms. Moore.
The following are the 2012 recipients for the Army Achievement Medals for Civilian Service. Siobhan Allen is commended for superior service in developing administrative and operating procedures for the UROC that ensures safety of deployed personnel.
Congratulations, Siobhan.
Kathy Bailey is commended for exceptional efforts and superior administrative expertise for the Halite 1 and Deployable Force Protection programs.
Thank you, Kathy.
Felicia Barella is recognized for exceptional leadership in managing the relocation of MSB.
Thank you, Felicia.
Thank you.
Chase Bradley is recognized for efforts as lead technician in APB for the construction and evaluation of payment test sections used by United States
Thanks,
Air
Chase.
Force sponsors. Bob Browning is cited for outstanding scientific achievement in the area of damage modeling for gravity dams, supporting the Critical Infrastructure Protection and Resilience Program. Amy Burrows is commended for outstanding efforts in support of Army, Air Force, and DoD research programs, resulting in improvements to the Pen Curve suite of software.
That was great.
Nicole Carson is commended for dedication as administrative assistant in ESMD for training new employees in CFM's processes.
Thank you, Nicole.
Kenan Crane is commended for noteworthy accomplishments in anti-terrorism force protection research and enhancements of the UPRM
Thanks, Kenan.
and ERDIT relationship. Joe Durkee is commended for his expertise and dedication, resulting in a universally recognized high state of deployment
Thanks,
readiness. Michael Edwards is cited for outstanding scientific achievement in force protection technologies and for innovative methods supporting the global war on terrorism. Omar Escalin Manuel is cited for exceptional technical leadership in the design and testing of the MPS overhead cover.
Thanks, Omar.
Sarah Gall is commended for outstanding administrative support to team members deployed to field ERDIC protection technologies that support the
I hope I didn't
warfighter.
embarrass you too much.
Craig Hancock is commended for contributions to the USACE and TAD Intel organizations and engineers Captain's Career Course,
Great, thank you.
coordination with Red Eye and EngLink, and timely response to warfighter inquiries. Wayne Hodo is recognized for efforts with ERDIC's Advanced Materials Diagnostics and Applications Group.
Thanks, Wayne.
John Heyman is commended for outstanding technical leadership and achievements in guiding the Department of State Research Program.
Thanks, John.
Amanda Husky is commended for coordinating with subject matter experts and deployed personnel to address engineering requests and organizing projects to meet mission requirements.
Teddy Lee is commended for contributions to training and support of field force engineering teams and the engineer career
Teddy, thank
course, participation in the Red Eye Project, and timely responses to warfighter inquiries. Missy Lynn is commended for exceptional budgeting skills in support of her branch, her efforts during the historic 2011 Mississippi River flood, and aid to the explosives teams at the Birds New Point Madrid floodway.
That's okay.
Ben Lloyd is commended for technical expertise and dedication, contributions in the training and support of field force engineering teams, and timely responses to warfighter inquiries.
Thank you.
Kenny McLaughlin is commended for his role in the CENTCOM facility protection mission in Afghanistan for support of the international security. Steve Martin is commended for maintaining a high level of support to deployed personnel and using his military mission experience to raise field force engineering training exercise program to a new standard.
We got a battery issue. There we go. Thank you.
Troy Milburn is cited for outstanding scientific achievement in applying seismic standards and the evaluation of USACE dams and DoD ammunition storage magazines.
Thank you.
Sonia Morgan is commended for a successful management of the facility account for the USACE Materials Testing Center.
You okay? Thank you, Sonia.
Kevin Parkman is commended for his role in the Coalition Warfare Program, which improved subsurface imaging capabilities for the detection of cavities or tunnels. Wes Rowland is commended for his role in the development of the USACE Temporary Roof and Field Management System, a digital data collection and management initiative. Jose Rujan Rodriguez is cited for outstanding scientific achievement supporting the Strategic Environmental R&D program and developing damage methodologies for the Norfolk Naval Base risk model. Jerry Rushing is commended for his expertise with the center's equipment, providing system training and delivering timely responses to requests for information from the field. Devin Sham is commended for exceptional technical leadership in the design and testing of MPS overhead cover experiments.
You're playing yourself today.
Jesse Sherburne is commended for exceptional technical leadership in the modeling of complex problems related to survivability and force protection. Kevin Taylor is commended for superior service to the Materials Testing Center when increased work volume and equipment problems threaten mission accomplishment. Nalini Torres is commended for reach-back support that contributed to the efficient flow of data and equipment to the sponsors. Benjamin Webb is commended for superior service to deployed personnel through the fielding of the teleengineering toolkit and through his technical contributions to the automated route reconnaissance kit. Clayton Yance is commended for his expertise, dedication, contributions to the training and support of field force engineering teams and timely responses to warfighter inquiries. You may now extend your applause for the 2012 Army Achievement Medal winners. I would now like to ask Shannon Marshall to come on stage for a special recognition. Is she here?
You gonna jump?
I'm not pulling Ray. Why not? Because I don't want to end up like you did, almost on the floor.
I am proud to present Shannon Marshall with a Commander's Award for civilian service for her sacrificial and tireless efforts in the support of the GSL R&D contracting mission for 2012. During this period, unprecedented challenges and changes in the contract businesses and processes occurred. Ms. Marshall's assistance was vital to the success of the ERDIC and the GSL mission. Her exemplary efforts brought great credit to herself, the GSL, the ERDIC, and the Corps of Engineers. Let us thank Shannon for her hard work and dedication during this trying time.
Like the service. Is this thing still on? Yeah. So I guess y'all heard me whispering too when people were talking. Yeah. Before the official ceremony started, we had length of service certificates to hand out, so we just want to recognize those folks in each of the classes that we had. So first up, we had our 5-year folks who've been here for 5 years. If they could stand up and be recognized. 10-year class. I know we had some here because they were here. Thank y'all. Our 15-year class, that's very slim. We didn't hire many that year for some reason, but we hired Donna. So, 20-year class. Hey, we still got a lot more to go. 25-year. All right. And out of that class, Gary and Carlos and I actually started on the same day here. 30-year class. All right. 35. None of them actually showed up, did they? Oh, you weren't here before. And yes, we actually even have a 40-year class. All right. Thank you all for all your many years of service. Next up, we have our Leadership Development Program. We recognize the graduating class of 2012. Sometime.
Sometime today. Okay. At this time, I'd like to recognize the 2012 graduating LDP class. This is our 6th class to graduate from GSL. Todd Rushing and I are currently the LDP coordinators for GSL, and Todd would now like to say a few words about the GSL LDP program and our current project that they just completed.
I actually smell like a grill because I was just over at the picnic location working on the hot dogs and hamburgers, so hope you all can make it. The Leadership Development Program in GSL is now in its 7th year, and this is one way that we prepare and train many of the people that will lead our organization in the future. And this is a very exciting program, and I would encourage you to ask any of the graduates or myself or Spila to find out more information and how you can apply in the spring. So far, we have graduated 35 members, and we have 5 more this year. So we're at 40 now that have participated in the Leadership Development Program. They, at the end of their service or their time through the program, they do a project, and this is a project that they do as a group that has lab-wide impact. So it's something that matters to GSL. The current project is they created a system to manage and properly protect your intellectual property. So these are ideas, inventions that you come up with And this is a way that we can systematically process that and make sure that we protect that properly and apply for patents when that is appropriate. And you will actually this will be rolled out over the month of November, so you'll be hearing a lot more about this. So when you see that invitation come out, come to the meeting and learn more about the process that they created. So I'd encourage you to do that. And so now we will recognize and graduate our FY12 LDP class.
Okay. So please come up when your name is called. First up, we have Jason Morrison, a.k.a. Juicy Muffin. Okay.
Yeah. Group picture.
Greg Norwood, a.k.a. Glossy Nanny.
I don't know about that.
Jose Rujan Rodriguez, a.k.a. Jinxie Rowdy. Okay. Marielle Mejias Santiago.
Woohoo!
I didn't have to call on Joe in the back. A.k.a. May May Sugar Bear Cub. And Devin Sham, a.k.a. Dirty Diddy Sugar Britches. He gets the award for the best HBB name.
You guys going to stand on either side?
Congratulations, LTB graduates.
Now it's time for the quiz portion of the program. Does anybody know how much Google paid for Motorola in 2010? I gather nobody knows that answer. That's okay. $12.5 billion with a B. Do you know why they paid $12.5 billion for Motorola? For their patents, because they wanted to come out with the Android. And because of the intellectual property they had. So the stuff that they're going to come out with in November, I would encourage you all to come to those sessions and learn about that so that we can make sure we protect our intellectual property as we move forward. The Colonel mentioned the recycling stuff, so they stole my thunder on that. Not that I was going to say a whole lot on it. But the only thing I will say is that you will pay attention to this. And also at the town hall, they actually will have blue trash cans out there. Recycle bins, I guess is a better way to say it, for your aluminum and plastic. So we want to take advantage of that and start the process. And also just want to recognize the class of 2013. As mentioned, we have 5 folks in that, including Kenny Crane, William Caruth, Joe Durkee, Katie Fairley, and Isaac Stevens. And they're the ones up there cooking our lunch for us, and so they're waiting for us as soon as they can get me off the stage here. So, but employees. 612 total, including our government employees and contractors. So although Dr. Cullinan's still here, we're supposed to be getting smaller, but we actually got a little larger this past year. I thought he was going to leave, but that trend's probably going to change a little bit in the future. In reality, we are going to be not hiring quite as aggressively. We're going to have to be very selective in our hiring. Not that we haven't always been very selective, but we're going to have to be very, very, very limited in our hiring. But the reason we've had to hire so many folks is because of the good work we do, and people are screaming for the work we do. So, talk a little bit about the facilities update. Colonel talked about that a little bit too, but we didn't exactly coordinate or talk. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not going to talk about what he talked about. We got a lot of things going on. I was thinking about this the other day. I'm like, this is kind of like, my son is 15 years old. He was getting his braces off the other day. And I remember I was thinking about it as I was sitting in the chair watching him brush his teeth after the dentist or the orthodontist is pulling all this stuff off his teeth. And I remember the first day we went in there 2.5 years ago, he could barely reach the fountain to do it, and now he's leaning down over it. I think he's grown over 2 feet since he started the process. And this is sort of like our facilities here. You know, I've been here 26 years, and it's, you know, on a daily basis, you don't notice changes, but a lot of changes are happening. In the Casa Grande building, we're going to be renovating the, and we are right now. If you all have been in there, you hear the noise that's been going on during some of your conferences. Renovating the conference room on the second floor. We're going to be bringing the conference room on the first floor up to modern standards. Wendell, are you in here somewhere? I know you're here somewhere because I've been bugging about that. Yeah. So we're going to make that happen, right? You know, as the Colonel mentioned, Hangar 4 is moving to Hangar 2. I don't know if we're going to rename Hangar 2 Hangar 4, but so that we have room for the ERDIC headquarters building. We're putting in a new penetration facility. We're going to demolishing the old motor pool. Right now, we're finishing up some renovations on the building right across from the DPW, that blue metal building. That's where those folks from the old motor pool will be moving. And we're continuing to do lots of roof repairs. You know, I've asked Hank to stop walking around on the building in his golf cleats. You know, I don't know if it's just a thing that he has that they don't feel at home unless their roof's leaking. But we're going to try and get all the roof leaks repaired too. So got a lot of things going on with our facilities. Money went up again last year too. This is just a testament to how much our customers have confidence in our ability to provide them what they need to do, or the answers they're looking for. Communications. This is one of the things that we struggle with probably the most of anything. How we communicate from the executive office to the laboratory, how we do the two-way communication back from the laboratory to the executive office, how we communicate what contracting needs to do, what travel needs to do, conferences being canceled, all that good stuff. You know, we're working. The chief was here in June. You know, I had the privilege of going to dinner with him and traveling around with him some. And I was trying to think, how am I going to talk about what the chief is trying to communicate with us? You know, we have the Corps' campaign plan that kind of lays out how the Corps is supposed to operate. We have the ERDIC I plan, which is how we implement the Corps' campaign plan. And I was thinking, the whole time he was here, there was a common theme he had every time he met with somebody, or afterwards he would talk about a common theme. And I was like, now how am I going to help bring that or communicate that to everybody? And then Wednesday, we got the new vision, mission trifold. And on the back of it, well, I don't know if there's a back to a trifold or not. One side of it, there was a whole paragraph dedicated to STEM, a paragraph talking about STEM. And that's the thing he talks about. He's very interested in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. And I said, that's really aligned with us, really aligned with GSL and ERDIC. We are all about improving our education, continuing our education, just like we have to do for our professional registration. We know that we need to continue that. We have great opportunities, long-term training. We expect our folks to come here. If they don't have a master's, we expect them to get a master's. In fact, if we interview somebody and say, do you want to get your master's when you come here? And they say no, well, we're probably not going to hire them. So you don't have to tell people that are trying to answer yes to that. But Hank has been going around, did some question and answer sessions to try and communicate about all the things that are going on, and we'll continue those as we see the need for. Hank's been acting deputy director while I've been acting director while Dr. Pittman's been over in Afghanistan. Gary, I appreciate Gary coming up and doing that, and we have Jackie Hallberg who'll be coming up in a few weeks to take over, and Hank's going to go back to IEB. Let's see. Oh, Dr. Pittman's deployed to Afghanistan, we saw. The reason, everybody keeps saying, why would Dr. Pittman go to Afghanistan? He always says he's got the best job in the Corps of Engineers, and he loves his work, and why would anybody want to do that? There's really one basic reason he went. It's because the chief asked him to go. The chief asked for volunteers, and David said, yep, if you need me, I'll go. And the chief said, yeah, I need you. And so he has gone. And what I want you to get out of that is when you have a problem, ask for help. There's always people in the laboratory who can help us get through some of these things we're having to get through now, the contracting issues, the travel issues, all of that. We can figure out a way, but just ask for help. The human capital, you see down there, the HCMD, we actually won an award this past year, Human Capital Management Award. I like to think GSL does this probably better than the other laboratories. I'm probably not supposed to say that. Again, Dr. Collins is still here. But Team Link was what was the basis for this award. And that's actually going to be the basis for ErticLink, which you'll see coming out later this year. Because, again, we're trying to find ways that we can communicate better with y'all. The GSL Lingo, the new version, the latest version came out today. I would put this against not only any lab newsletter, but any corporate newsletter you see. And I encourage people to read this. There's a lot of information about in there, and you can see the latest things. It comes out monthly, get a lot of things in there. And then the final thing on this slide I want to mention is the rivet. You know, when David went around and did his, well, it was supposed to be his branch visits before he left, but his time got tighter, and he didn't have much time because he was having to do a lot of things before he left. It turned out to be mini town halls. I think he talked about this rivet concept. We started the HBO concept, training, whatever, many years ago. And one of the things that John Pickering kept telling us is we need to define our values. And we kept saying, you know, we know what our values are. Everybody knows what our values are. But this past year, when we were having one of our flip-in groups, we said, you know, we really actually need to write them down. Because maybe we all don't know what they are. Maybe we all don't understand them. We need to make sure we're all sharing them. And we came up with this respect, integrity, vision, empowerment, and teamwork. We didn't even come up with it thinking of an acronym that we needed to fill out. We actually came up with those values, and then it turned out that, wow, they came up to a really nice acronym that really brought it all together. And the first one, and I think that's key too, is respect. Because I think as long as we respect each other and bring respect to the job every day, that the rest of it flows from that, and we can get things done and work together to make things happen as best as we can, as best as can. Metrics, again, you know, we always talk about our metrics as an organization of over 600 people, almost $500 million. Yeah, we need to look and make sure we're doing things that an organization like this needs to be doing. These are all lagging indicators. We like to have leading indicators, but they are lagging indicators, meaning that, you know, if we don't meet them, it's usually too late to fix them for that year. But we know we need to make the triangle delta a change the next year. We did really great this year. You know, the funding, that was not a problem at all. The customer satisfaction, I'm not even sure that's the right name. What we're really trying to capture here is, are we reaching out to our new customer base? Are we sharing our capability with others so that we can get new avenues of our technology out there? So 9 new customers, I'm good with that. Refereed journal articles and submitted articles, you know, for years we just did refereed articles, then we added the submitted because we weren't meeting the refereed because every year we weren't submitting enough, so we said, okay, we need to track how many we're submitting to try and make that a leading indicator to the ones we actually get published. And I think since we've been tracking, this is the first year we've met both, and that's awesome. E&S with advanced degrees, we'd actually dropped below our goal of 70%. That's because we had more people leave this year with advanced degrees than we had hired. But again, we continue to work on this. We encourage people to get their master's and PhD, and we provide opportunity for that. And then the final thing, registration and certification. You know, ever since I've been here, every chief of engineers has always said that we need to get our professional registration. The GSL believes that, the ERC believes that, the Corps believes that. We're a professional organization, and we need to be able to demonstrate that to our customers. And one of the ways we can easily do this is by getting our professional registration. So we need to have as many people do that as possible, and I encourage everybody to do that. Business processes. All I'm going to say is there's a lot of change going on here. And I'll ask you to look at it in a positive way. We can moan about it, we can complain about it, but that doesn't move us forward. The way we'll move forward is be situationally aware, figure out what things you need to do now. Dr. Callahan mentioned that some of this maybe some are onerous, or the Colonel did. But really, I think it's just changing some of the things we do, some of the processes. So once we get in the rhythm of it, it's not going to be that much more than we've always done. But we just have to make sure we're following the guidelines. So I'll just ask everybody to help us do this in a positive manner. It's not going to be bad. It's not going to kill us. We can get through it. And then finally, GSL's future. This is my last slide, so y'all can relax now. GSL's future is bright. You know, I think we have an absolutely bright future. GSL business areas. I keep talking about lots of changes we have going on. This is one thing I don't think is going to change. Force projection. The Department of Defense is going to need to project the force. That's not going away. We're going to, whether it's CONUS or OCONUS, we need to have maneuverability. We need to be able to get into the theater. We need to do things. We're going to have that. That's an area of research that we're going to continue to do. Force protection. I think everybody saw what happened in an embassy recently. I don't think the world's getting a whole lot safer. I think there's going to be a need there. And one of the things we need to do, and we need to continue to do, is help make, an ideal state would be that the terrorists know that we have such great protection that it's not even worth it to them to try. Someday, hopefully, we'll get there. But we're not there yet, and we'll continue to do research for that. Civil works. If you've seen the American Society of Civil Engineers, I'm not really trying to do a commercial for them, but American Society of Civil Engineers report card. A Mississippi section just came out with a report card for Mississippi's infrastructure. American Society of Civil Engineers coming out with a new report card in March, and they've been publishing this, what they call failure to act reports. And what it does is it identifies a cost to the individual families for us not acting on improving our infrastructure. And a lot of the things that they have in those are things that the Corps can work on and is responsible for. So I see a lot of opportunities there. And then operational support and tech transfer. We always have to do that. We have to help the user. We have to help them get the latest technology. We have to transfer all the good work we've done. We have over here the big ideas and the ERDIC marketing and business development. And I know some people who worked on the big ideas are like, oh, Lord, are you going to talk about that? I can't believe you're going to talk about that. But you know what? This is trying to look out in the future. And this is painful. But sometimes it can be painful because trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future is hard because nobody does have a crystal ball. But what we're trying to do here is figure out some areas where we can put some resources to try and develop some technology or some process or something where we can we'll have some business opportunities in the future. We're doing an environmental scan. Where are the gaps? Where are the needs so that we can help fill those? And we'll continue to work on that. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle, but we'll continue to work on that. The ERDIC Marketing and Business Development. Dr. Holland has CDR, Center Directed Research Funds, that he's doing the same type of thing. We just had Mayan McKenna just finished up a CDR project on infrasound, and at the end of her presentation, Dr. Holland said, that is exactly what I want this program to be. She developed some technologies, matured them enough so that there's people that want to pool them now. There's customers out there saying, I need that. That's going to make a difference in the way I do my business. May Chandler, working with a team of other folks, is working on novel materials. Again, developing things that potential customers will be saying, hey, that's going to be a game changer for me. I need that. And so we need to be reaching out and doing those things. Then down here in the left-hand corner is a flipping thing. And that's not meant to be a negative thing. It is a flipping thing. This is something that GSL's management's been doing. The ERDIC management's actually doing it. But all I really want to say about it is, as long as I'm part of the GSL Executive Office and Management Team, I think it's important that we continue to try and improve the way we do our operational processes, how we communicate both ways, how we interact with each other. You probably find this hard to believe, but I'm actually an introvert. And another thing that I'll just give you a hint. When people come in to talk to me and ask me questions, I'm a bottom line type of guy. And this is one of the things you learn how different people. Some people like to have all the details and be explained every little detail before they can make a decision. If somebody comes in, if Chris Moore comes in and says, I need $50,000 to repair my Instron machine, I'll probably say, okay, I understand that, if we have the $50,000. If he comes in saying, well, I need new software because, we're now going to Windows 8 and we got a leak in this, and I ain't got time for all that. Now, if he comes in and says, I need $2 million for new, now I'm going to say, okay, now we need to delve down into the details there. So then I'm going to be very interested. But my point being, this helps us understand how we can communicate more effectively with each other, understand each other, understand when as I say, when my eyes start glazing over because I don't want to hear all the details that I don't think I need to hear. And so as a GSL BOD, we're working better together by doing these types of things. We're bringing our first line supervisors in to do that. And as I mentioned that, we do have some of our BOD members here. Dave Horner, our technical director for military programs. Pam Kennebrew. What are you, Pam? Our technical director for force protection. Hank is our acting deputy director. Rhonda Taylor, our UROC director. Is that all of our BOD we have here? Where's the rest of them? Well, I know Mike said he anyway. But and well, again, just to summarize, our future is bright. I think GSL has the capability we have in this lab. There's going to be people always looking for us to help them solve solutions. With that, we're going to start our always looked out for highlight program video thing that I think Shelley primarily put together. All right. This is our 12th birthday. You know, that means we're getting into the teenage years. First off, we just want to thank all the folks who helped put this on. This actually takes a lot of work to put on these town halls. I also want to thank the executive office folks who came to help or to participate or come to our program. And then finally, I really want to thank each and every one of you for the work you do every day that makes GSL the great organization it is. So thank you. And with that, I will turn it over to Spatula or Honey Boo Boo or whatever for some closing remarks and directions.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Glitzy, Boo Bear, Glitzy. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. I want to let you all know, if you haven't purchased a ticket for the picnic today, there will be some available at the site for $5. So please come and join the fun. Courtney, Warnock, and Alicia will be collecting tickets. So if you lost your ticket, don't worry. They do have your name on a list, so just still show up. They will know that you've paid. And please note that food won't be served until Dr. Gary Anderton has blessed the food. And also, please just be courteous and remember that most of you are only eating for one today. And if you see Colonel Wilson there, let him skip in line in front of you so that he doesn't eat a cheese sandwich this year. And let Dr. Grogan also have a burger instead of a wish burger. He didn't get a burger last year. And anyway, we're not serving sketty, just burgers and hot dogs. Those of you who know what sketty is from Honey Boo Boo. Anyway, enough of the Honey Boo Boo. The picnic will be located out at the pavilion by Gate 6 in the tennis courts. Be careful when you're driving that direction. Don't block the main entrance to Gate 6. Park out in the grassy field across from the pavilion next to the tennis courts. And, okay, we're going to take a group picture, so everyone will move up front and get close together, squeeze in. Also, the new employees, we're not supposed to leave. New employees will take a group picture after the big GSL photo. So, happy birthday, GSL.
Thank you, thank you. Sammy, how you doing? I didn't see you till